This place was just cited for 27 health code violations by the state, but remains open. Residents say they've never seen the water levels this low, leading many to believe it's an environmental issue. But we found out the lake is being drained for a reason. Animal advocates say the shelter is in such bad shape that it turns people away from wanting to come here to adopt, leaving strays like Connor here with less of a chance at finding a forever home. When police approached the man from the video, they realized it wasn't a rifle sticking out of his backpack. It was an umbrella. So far, the only presumed Republican nominee is Pat McCrory. There is garbage and pieces of this building scattered all around, a big hole where the front of the building used to be. Skiers and snowboarders agree there's no better way to bring in the new year.
These blisters show you exactly what's going on.
It's not a pretty sight up here, says Tommy Finch.
No, it's not too nice.
We spent some time on Fike High School's roof, where the assistant superintendent explained why it's not the kind of place you'd want to sunbathe.
As you look across the roof, you can see that there are a number of places that we have the polyurethane. The urethane is coming through the roof. This was a patch that was done approximately 20 years ago, projected to last between 10 to 12 years, so we're way past its normal life expectancy.
Taking a look inside, school officials say it could become a health issue.
Things get wet, mold and mildew develop. Not a very good situation for our students and staff to be working in.
Which is why they say this needs to be addressed as soon as possible.
We just want parents to know that even though we do have some structural issues that need addressing, we're on top of things. We have a wonderful maintenance department and staff that's always looking at the needs in our schools.
The roof issue at Fike is the largest of several necessary renovations officials say need to take place over the next 5 years. Fike's roof will cost around $2 million, but officials have come up with $10.3 million in repairs total, including another roof, the paving of several parking lots, and interior painting.
The water's not accumulating here under this drain.
Finch says the needs are not surprising because with aging structures, it happens. In Wilson, Rebecca Fath, News 14, Carolina. These vacant buildings might not be empty for long.
It is going to be a huge year. We'll have the opportunity.
Susan Kellum has reasons to believe historic downtown Wilson is on the verge of a major makeover.
The stars are aligning and it's happening.
Kellum has lived here for 20 years. She's experienced downtown Wilson's fall from grace, so she's working to get the place back to its full potential with a nightlife scene.
Addressing safety issues that have been long held over from decades ago. We're getting our lighting issues resolved downtown because people always feel safer where it's bright and warm and welcoming.
And that's not all. The city is expected to consider lifting a ban on bars, which Kellum says is crucial to revitalize the area. The no bars allowed rule was put into place 30 years ago because there was a lot of crime going on here. But city representatives say things are much different now.
With that ban, downtown has been a very quiet place. So we feel that lifting that ban will encourage the nightlife and the vibrancy that a downtown needs for long-term prosperity.
Some business owners have their fingers crossed.
I feel very good. I feel very fortunate to be here at this time and looking forward to a long-term growth.
Growth Kellum hopes the city will consider and lift the restriction. In Wilson, Rebecca Fath, News 14, Carolina. John McNeil is slowly adjusting to life as a free man.
You don't want to just take off and just be running around trying to do this and do that. You gradually let it come back to you.
We sat down with McNeil for the first time since his release from a Georgia prison more than 3 weeks ago. It was pretty late. I think I was waiting, parked outside your house.
Yeah, well, we kind of snuck around a little bit.
Today, McNeil says he's ready to get back into his community, looking forward and trying not to dwell on the past. More than 7 years ago, McNeil shot and killed a man he says was threatening his family on their property.
We thought that house was a dream home for me and my wife and my sons. And in getting that house, I lost a lot. My wife is not here.
Because Anita McNeil died of breast cancer about a week before his release. She fought so hard, knowing that she never gave up until the very end. She never stopped. How does that make you feel?
When you look at someone such as my wife, Anita McNeil, and the fight and the fire that she had inside of her, if we stop now, then I would say my wife living and fighting would have been in vain.
So he and his freedom fighters aren't stopping here, insisting John is just out of prison, not free from prison yet.
Georgia tacked on 13 years of probation, and they were wrong. Those are the things that we're yet struggling with in this case, and why we're not finished and why we got to continue to work to truly clear his name.
In the meantime, McNeil says he'll apply his passion and knowledge, saying law school might be in his future. In Goldsboro, Rebecca Fath, News 14, Carolina. Sitting outside the animal shelter is a machine that makes most cringe.
It was a necessary evil.
But this old gas chamber isn't necessary anymore. Instead, lethal injections are used to euthanize.
That might be the start, of a branch going that way.
Metal artist Trey Martin brainstorms how he'll create branches for a tree of life, evolved from a way of death.
I'll give them the opportunity to, do what I can do to help these animals, and we all want to do our part, and I guess this is mine.
Its 300 leaves will be sold to raise money to vaccinate dogs and cats, since there is no funding to buy vaccines.
An animal that's a safe animal, you're not afraid to adopt. The rescues are not afraid to put in with their other kennels, and it's the right thing to do with this gas chamber.
What I was thinking, the final project.
Martin shared concept renderings with the shelter's director. The plan is to cut it into different sized pieces and fit them together.
Like a stone wall concept where every stone has its place, every cut up piece will have its place to go together and to form a basic tree, a tree with branches coming off and ready to accept leaves.
So the more people donate, the more the tree will grow.
Maybe put this switch panel on part of the trunk going up.
As an animal lover, it's a project Martin says he's honored to be a part of. In Smithfield, Rebecca Fath, News 14, Carolina.